Good evening, everybody. This is Corporal Will Rivers from Factory Elite Personal Training. And today, I just like to encourage your world right now. Because the simple fact of the matter is that you're here, and you're here for a reason. Everybody has a reason and a purpose for something. People come to my gym every day with a purpose for something. Hungering for something. Everybody wants to be a champion, but who wants to pay the price? At Factor Elite, our motto is Crunchtime is game time, which means at the peak of your performance, that's not when it is. It's not when it is. When everything is good in the first quarter, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. The team is up by 10, and you're down, you're tired, maybe you got a busted shoulder, maybe you got injured, maybe you're just winded because you've been on the field the entire game. Coach is yelling down your throat. You can tell that he's getting frustrated, and you have to do something. That is crunch time. That's when your game begins. That's what you tell apart. That's how you tell apart a regular athlete from an elite athlete. Because elite athletes are trained, are formulated, are bred to thrive in that type of situation. These are the ones that make the history books. Because the simple fact of the matter is, when it's easy to give up, when it's easy to quit, they keep going. They find it within themselves when everybody else has given up hope to keep going. These are the same athletes when they're losing 49-0 in the fourth quarter. They do not just give up and roll over because they have a personal battle to win. They know they can beat that person in front of them. They know that that other team is not 49 points better than them. They have the heart to play the game from whistle to whistle, from beginning to end. They don't play it just half court. They play full court, and they go all the way. Like I say, hard in the paint. You were equipped from birth with what it takes to be a champion. You were. Whether you know it or not, you were. And the fact that you don't know it does not mean that it's not there. And if you don't drag it out of you, I will drag it out of you. It is my job to get you where you need to be. That's what I would do at Factor Elite. You feel like you want to quit? Fine, quit on somebody else. But if you come to Factor Elite, if you come down here and you get in contact with me and the training is on, I will teach you to be elite. If you don't have heart, I will train you to have heart. But you got to want it. You are equipped with everything you need within your mind. Your body will follow anything your mind tells it to do. Out there on that field, you are always in control. That's where it starts. Before the quarterback calls his cadence, he has to have his mind right. Especially in football, most sports are more mental than physical. Because you have to believe that you can score before you ever score. I heard Eric Thomas say that nobody has been successful and it happened by chance. That is very true. Preparation is there. Ray Lewis said sweat is required. You have to put in the work to get the pay. And don't accept no for an answer. There's a lot of things that people say that they disagree with America, but one thing that I do love is that the simple fact of the matter is there's always another way. If you drop out of high school and football was your thing, or you mess up at football, you may not go play college, but you can play semi-pro. You can find somebody's minor league team to play on. And if you're that good, somebody will see you. And let's say you're not. You can become that good. Let's say you're one of these guys that, that don't really have a knack for this or that, and you just stumble on basketball, you kind of try it and then you like it. Okay, cool. And then before you know it, the season's over. And it was your senior year. It is not too late. The problem with people is, simple fact of the matter is, they have heart. You're born with that. But you give it away. You give up your success to be mediocre. Because somebody told you that it's okay to be mediocre. No, you are destined for greatness. From point A to point B, sweat is required. You know that. It didn't take Ray Lewis to tell you that. You know it. Because from crawling to walking, just in that a little bit amount of time, you've had to fall a few times. You learned while you were a baby that nothing in life is given to you. You have to earn it. You earned your first steps, and now you stride proudly. You're able to walk now because you fell in the beginning. You're so good at it that you don't even remember the struggle in the beginning. That's where you need to be with everything. I heard Eric Thomas also say that it takes heart to win a championship. It takes heart. But this is all the same equation, because with heart, sweat is required. You've got to be willing to give up who you are right now and everything that makes you who you are right now to push a little harder to get to where you want to become. That's what you got to do. That's the difference. That's what makes championships. That's what wins championships. You're always going to have haters. Somebody is always going to sit up there and tell you that you can't do something. You got two options at that point. You can just say, yeah, you're right. Or you can say, watch me. And when you watch me, tell me how I did. Leave your mark here on this earth while you are here. You're here for a certain amount of time, athlete. Leave your mark on the field. If that's where you put your passion at, then leave it there. Give it your best. I dare you to give it your best. When you're running sprints at the end of practice and everybody else is like, man, if y'all run half speed, I'll run half speed. Nah, burn them. I dare you to give it your best every single time. Because even if it doesn't get you to the next level, even if it doesn't give you that scholarship, even if it doesn't get you that look, you can walk away from it full-heartedly knowing that you gave it your all. There's no question there. There is no question there when you gave it everything you had and you failed. That is so much better than not trying at all. So much. If you give it your all and fail, at least you know what you are capable of. And you know what you need to improve. But if you do not try at all, if you just give up before it starts, you're left wondering and living in the woulda, shoulda, couldas. You don't need to be there. That's not your place. That is not your place. You are a champion. You are a king. Act like it. You are a champion from the time that you start. I like to talk about football a lot because that's a good sport. That's the sport that I play. That's the sport that I hold dear to my heart. So for all you football players out there, from the time that you strapped up the cleats, the very first time, you were a champion. You tried something that you know was difficult to do. Everybody can't play football. And it takes even less people to be good at it. And even less people than that to be successful at it. Think about it. How many teams are there in the NFL? 32? 32 teams in the NFL. How many colleges are there? Countless number of colleges that have football programs that house some of the very best athletes on the entire planet. And they have to even them up on 32 teams that have no more than, at the most, maybe 50, 60 players a team. And it ain't always the best people that get chosen. As an athlete, you know in your heart what's required of you. The coaches can't play for you. They can't go between the lines and do that stuff for you. All they can do is prepare you and warn you. It's up to you to give it your all. It's up to you to give that shot. It's up to you to make that tackle. It's up to you to make that play. Make the play. Something my coach used to tell me echoes in my mind even to this day when I start to mess up or even when I do something right. You know what Coach Probst told me? And that's a good man. He told me, do it the same way every single time. When you do it right, do it the same way every single time. There's no room for mistakes. The margin for error is so small that you just don't have one, because too much is riding on it. Will Smith said something one time. He said, the guy that says he can and the guy that says he can't are both right. So it's what you make your mind up to, man. That's what I'm telling you. Here at Factor Elite, this is what we're telling you here. The training doesn't start with your physical body. It starts mentally. You have to mentally prepare yourself for whatever it is that you're about to face. And then you face it. You prep for it. Hours, days, weeks, whatever it takes. You do what you have to do and make it happen. If you feel like you're up to that, then it is what it is. Come on by and see us. We're at Factor Elite. Email address factorelite247 at yahoo.com. Again, I am Will Rivers, founder and creator of Factor Elite. This is another one of those motivational speeches. You'll be seeing a lot of these up until we get everything running. Thank you for your time and your patience. I'm out.